Hello everybody, 6-Speed Dakota here. Now, once again I'm busy in the garage Saturday, and well, I'm halfway in between making another video right now, which I'm actually draining the oil in the front axle for right now. So I was going to do an oil change at the same time, and my Canon air cleaner here needs to be cleaned out, so I thought that I would make a video how to do that. Now, Canon oil filters are very popular in the aftermarket kind of thing. The air cleaners, or the air intake systems, are very popular with us power-hungry guys that wanted to get that little bit more out. It's a good way to save yourself some gas mileage. And if you want to, spend a good chunk of change and not have to ever replace your filter again, you could just put just a plain K&N filter in. So these need to be cleaned out every so often. I like to do it every other oil change. And you can usually tell, you probably can't see it too well right now, but this is usually a nice bright red color, and now it's kind of a dull brown. So when it starts getting to that stage, it's time to clean these things. Now, you never have to replace these. These have a 1,000,000-mile warranty or something ridiculous like that. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000,000-mile. Now, you just use a K&N recharger kit, which we're going to get to in just a second. So first step is we have to remove it from the vehicle. So it's just got one hose clamp here that will remove the reducer from the rest of the vehicle. So we'll just give that a guy a twist, and the filter pops right out. Then that's really all she is. So with one hand attempting to hold the camera, I'm going to attempt to remove this guy here. Oops. There we go. Oops. Just give me one sec here. There we go. Move that clamp. And then that clamp will just come right off. We'll leave that in that handy table that Daimler Chrysler designed so well for me. And this guy likes to get stuck in here. Sometimes you gotta take your screwdriver in here and pry that little sucker out. Alright, I got the reducer loose now. There we go. So this is the little adapter here that goes from this giant filter, 5-inch filter, down to a 3.5-inch, 4-inch pipe. I think that's a 4-inch pipe. I don't know, I live here in Canada. I don't know my inches too well. So now we'll go over here to the sink, where we're going to clean it out. Alright, so you're going to have to go to your local auto parts store. I got this at Lordco. This is a K&N recharger kit. And these run you between 10 and 15 bucks, really, depending on where you get them. And it comes with a 2-stage cleaning. So you got your cleaner here, and you got your oil. Oops, just let me grab that out. There's the air filter oil. Now, the cleaner is what you use first. And then the oil is actually what catches the dirt and is what makes this so effective. Now the oil is this bright red color, as you can see in there. And that's what turns this filter red. When you get these brand new, they're actually gray, and you have to oil them up before you actually use them. So the first step we're going to do is very unmanly, and we're going to read the back of the directions here. So it says to... So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to just kind of... what you want to do is you want to kind of brush with a soft brush, like a wire brush. You want to get in there, or like a toothbrush or something, and clean all the crud out in between here, in between all these fins. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your K&N cleaner, and you're going to spray it on both sides. So now what we'll do is we're going to spray it on the outside. We're going to spray it very liberally. We're going to spray a lot of it on there, and then around on the inside of this thing. You want to get it basically everywhere, but just watch the kind of vapor, because this stuff has made me very sick in the past. Like, I don't know why, but I've just all of a sudden gotten really, really sick from it. And now we're just going to let it soak in there, and we're going to leave it sit for 10 minutes, as per what the directions say. Okay, so now that we've let our cleaner sit for a few minutes, I'm just going to give it a little bit of warm water. here because it's kind of cold outside. So BC cold, not anywhere else cold. So it's basically about 6 or 7 degrees outside Celsius. So what we're gonna do is basically gonna wet the whole thing down and just basically wash it all out. And you can kind of see the crud coming off of it. You probably can't. My lighting's not too good in here. We'll just basically just hose out the filter, hose all the cleaner out. You never ever want to let the cleaner dry on here, or else it'll be like a pain. It'll be a pain to get off, really, because it's like letting soap dry on your car when you're washing it. So yeah, I'll finish cleaning this out. We'll go back to the next step. Okay, so when you're all done hosing her off, shake it a couple times. It should look kind of like this. It should look gray with a kind of a red tinge to it. You don't have to get all of it out. But so shake it off a couple times because it's going to be soaking wet inside. Now, one of my tricks, we'll come over here, is we're going to take my big work light there. Whoops. Okay, so one of my tricks is we're going to take the work light there, plug it in. Now this light is very hot. So don't put it super close, but put it near enough to where it can start to dry the filter out with ease. And this will seriously speed up the drying process because it takes forever for this thing to air dry. So once it's done air drying, make sure you turn it make sure you go and you kind of reorient it every so often. And that's probably one of the better orientations to let all the water drain out. So once it's all done, we're going to move on to the next step. Alright, so now that our air filter is totally dry, it's got a bit more red tinge back to it again. What we're going to do is we're going to take our air filter oil and we're just going to spray it in each and every one of these little crevices here. Just up and down like that. Make sure you coat it very well. Now don't go too overboard or else you're going to have oil dripping out of the thing for the next few months. But just kind of continue around, up and down the length of the filter. And then once you've gone all the way around, let it sit for 5 minutes. And then look inside here. Now if you can see the red, I can't really